Yes, 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 yes! Yes! We did it! Yes, we did! Oh, we did it! Yeah, see you, bud. Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Get caught up in the excitement. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hey, who's this?
Some things should never change, like the crisp, cold refreshment of Busch. But some things should, like Tim's impatience. Play dead or Tim.
Busch.
Kevin here says Mobile One annual protection is proven to protect for 20,000 miles.
It'll save you a lot of time.
Dad, with all this extra time.
Sorry, buddy. Kevin and I have a tea time at 11.
20,000 miles guaranteed. Mobile One annual protection.
1 piece of KFC all-white meat chicken. 2 pieces of KFC all-white meat chicken. Holy smokes! This is the most white meat ever assembled in a $5 fill-up. Get this deal before it flies the coop. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
How's he getting all the parts?
The client loves him.
But anyone can say, get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month, plus up to 4 free LG Fortunes when you switch.
But he's got that hair.
I am hair!
Come here, little buddy. Smile. You're on cricket.
Just over 30 laps to go, stage 1 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We're live in Bristol, Tennessee on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. The weather forecast for tomorrow, not so hot. So NASCAR, Fox, and the racetrack has gotten together. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move everything up an hour. Race day begins on FS1, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Our coverage on Fox at 12:30 will go green shortly after 1 o'clock if the weather holds off. Daniel Hemrick going to lead on the restart. Here's the reason why.
Perfect. So we did not pit. No, I told you both pits are open, and the Daniel's telling you something, you're telling him something, we drove on past it.
So here's what happens. The caution comes out here. You don't have much time to talk about your race car and get onto pit road. So what happens is the caution comes out, the spotter's telling you where the crash is, what happened. Then the driver's trying to give a download on what the car is doing to his crew chief. And by the time you do that, you're at the pit commitment cone, and you have to make a decision on what you're going to do. And if you're still talking, the crew chief can't get that communication over to him.
And Cole Custer won the race off pit road. Big fire down in their pit area. Jamie, what's the story with Cole Custer and his group?
Well, you saw NASCAR with the fire extinguishers there. Look at the gas man. The far left side, his left foot catches on fire. I just went over. That's Andrew Migliozzi. He said, I didn't even know anything was happening. Those shoes that every crewman has to wear are fireproof. But he said, I started to feel some heat and looked down and saw the flames. But he said, no problem. I am good. They call him Mig, and he is one tough dude.
Great job by everyone down there. The safety workers exactly where they need to be. And we're happy that everyone's okay. As we get ready for the restart, reminder of our Dash for Cash drivers. Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick on the front row. Christopher Bell somehow has worked his way back to 4th. He got 2 tires on that stop. Ryan Preece going to go 7th. That's exactly where he started the race. Justin Allgaier, who dominated early, going from inside row 2.
I think it'll be interesting to see what Daniel Hemrick can do here on some older tires and the qualifying lap. So this will be interesting to see how he can hang on.
You got a great jump. You nailed that earlier, Joey, when you talked about the launch that you can get on that outside lane. He's going to take advantage of it, get it to the bottom.
And that's the best thing that can happen for him. But, man, you can see how much faster the 20 is. Oh, it's not going to be long before he gets by him.
He just appears to be motivated. I mean, wow. He has been incredible. And what I love about him, he can take the car anywhere from 31st to the lead.
Clear.
Bell is on a roll.
I think that's going to be the car that's going to be leading a lot of this race right now, as fast as he is. But anything can change. Like I said, the track's going to change a lot too. So it might look good right now, but you just never know.
Wow, you could see the congestion there, like nearly a crash, and everybody got backed up, but everybody got slowed down and did a great job there.
The congestion there causing indigestion among the drivers in the booth. And there goes one around top left corner of your television screen, the 2 of Matt Tifft. restarted inside the top 10.
Looked like Elliott Sadler maybe was a part of that
You're good. Come on around. Come on around.
crash as well. See if we can catch what happened.
Yeah, that's.
Justin slid up into him a bit. And look, Sadler hit from behind by John Hunter Nemechek. What a great job by Ryan Preece slipping through in that 18 car.
And it's a good amount of damage to Elliott Sadler right there. And that's tight Bristol racing. The two's trying to hold the bottom. Justin's trying to get back to the lead where he feels like he should be with his 4 tires, and just ran out of real estate.
Wow. Preece had her crossed up, didn't he, and was able to somehow regain control and not go into that inside wall.
All those guys were in the top 10 when that happened. Sadler hasn't finished outside the top 10 all season. And let's see here, look at the 42 of Nemechek and Sadler. They don't agree.
Well,
hey,
man.
I remind you, we're not even done with stage 1 yet.
Ooh, a little
That's when the spotter and the team needs to come in and say, boys, we got a long way to go. Adam Alexander just said we're not even to the end of stage 1 yet. What are y'all thinking out there?
Allgaier back down pit road, Regan.
Yeah, he's worried about the right front tire. Adam thinks it went flat when he had that contact on the backstretch right there. They're going to change right sides only and send him back onto the track.
If anybody should have been mad about what was going on, it was Matt Tifft. He just got sort of turned there off turn 2, but Elliott Sadler and John Hunter Nemechek aren't happy either. Jamie.
And Elliott Sadler, you look at it, doesn't look terrible, but the damage is actually causing all the temps to go up. Oil and water are pegged, according to Elliott. Not happy right now. It's been a tough couple of days for this team. Yesterday, they unloaded terrible. They were 32nd on the board. They couldn't figure out what the issue was. Got it a little bit better, but it just wasn't where it needs to be. They're looking at the damage primarily there on the right front. So trying to fix it. They'll try to open up the front end if they can to get through the end of this race.
Third caution of the day. Free pass goes to the 90 of Josh Williams. We'll have about 25 cars on the lead lap. Green flag when we return to Bristol.
Almost there.
She's coming. My video call's lagging. Mom.
Hold up. We got a laggy video call here. You need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Here, trade you.
Okay, people, that's a reset.
You want us to surprise her again? Yeah, but like in a fun way, like this.
Oh, my favorite friends are here. There's Tony and Diane.
I like something like that.
Get up to 50% off our best phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the Google Pixel 2, because unlimited is only as good as the network it's on.
Nobody knows your car the way you do. The way it flexes and bounces back. The way it torques, drifts, turns, and burns. Whoa, that's perfect. We know your car isn't just a car. It's a 3,000-pound extension of you. And when your passion meets our inventory, you can do anything. Thousands of parts make your car, and they're all right here.
First little doggy was a white one. That little birdie was too. Second little doggy.
Leaving a career to follow a calling takes courage.
Pair of shoes and they were free. Bird dog.
A personalized financial strategy can give you confidence to take the next step.
Hi, guys.
Doggies off to see the world.
Oh, yeah.
See how access to JP Morgan investment expertise can help you. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Toyota, let's go places.
Weeds, nature's boomerang. At Roundup, we know they keep coming back. Draw the line. One spray of Roundup Max Control 365 kills to the root and keeps weeds away for up to 1 year. Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
Tuesday on FS1, they say there's a man with the soul of an island at the heart of a tribe. They say at the flick of a switch, his power can amplify a city that rocks. He defends with a glove stitched in gold. Tuesday on FS1. They say there's a man with the soul of an island at the heart of a tribe. They say at the flick of a switch, his power can amplify a city that rocks. He defends with a glove stitched in gold and runs at the speed of sound with ice in his veins and a fire that can end
straightaway. So we'll work through all of that, and as we do, let's look back. Third caution of the afternoon, and already some drivers starting to get a little angry here.
Well, there's just probably a Bristol racing incident, but you could see Elliott Sadler backed off the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek, just couldn't get slowed down in time and knocked Elliott into the outside wall, and I don't think Elliott thought too much of that.
No, and I don't know what else he could have done. You know, I mean, he's trying to avoid the crash. John Hunter's trying to avoid the crash, and you get caught up a lot. And I think we got some one radio here.
42 car running the back of me, tore my all to hell. Got a lot of front damage.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid. I don't think it's terrible. It's not knocked in a ton. I don't see any smoke. Got the right front tire real good though, Kevin.
And I think they went a lap down. That was why he stopped on the front straightaway. Didn't get off pit road in time. Had to stop on the track to get back into position.
He's going to restart 33rd, Michael.
Maybe you can put a Christopher Bell on him.
Bell in the lead now, jumping outside of Hemrick. Nemechek up in that mix as well.
And Hemrick's still on those old tires, so you know, maybe these guys with a few laps may help him a little bit.
Teammate having problems here. Caution once again for the 2 of Matt Tifft.
What a great start to the season it's been for Tiff, but was running really competitively. Just Bristol racing off turn 2, got a little bit of help into the outside wall.
I'm fine. Thanks for the 7. Sorry, guys.
Oh, look who's fortunate there.
Yeah, I mean, just a few seconds earlier, Elliott's going with him again. And it's really broke this time. You can see that right front with all the camber. It looks like it's in it now. It's in trouble. Doesn't look pretty.
Caution number 4. Say it with me. It's Bristol, baby. Christopher Bell, the race leader in Thunder Valley.
Nobody knows your car the way you do. The way it flexes and bounces back. The way it torques, drifts, turns, and burns. Whoa, that's perfect. We know your car isn't just a car. It's a 3,000-pound extension of you. And when your passion meets our inventory, you can do anything. Thousands of parts make your car, and they're all right here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Weeds, nature's boomerang. At Roundup, we know they keep coming back. You never invited this stubborn little rascal to your patio, so draw the line. One spray of Roundup Max Control 365 kills to the root and keeps weeds away for up to 12 months, because patios should be for cooking out and kicking back. Draw the line with Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
See? Oh, dude, are you friends with a real robot? No, man, it's my service.
No, that's not awesome at all.
Maybe you should switch to a more reliable network.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy J7 perks with unlimited gigs and enjoy 6 months of Hulu.
Yeah, you can get a mortgage that avoids PMI, but there's no way to avoid MIP.
Hey! This'll help. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans makes the complex simple.
There's also origination fees and...
This takes care of it, thank you. Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes.
You okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps relieve some of the house buying stress.
At least you don't have to worry about homeowners insurance. Call Geico.
I'm calling Geico right now.
Get to know Geico for homeowners insurance.
Hey, sports fans, get your hands on the all-new Fox Sports app. Instant scores, breaking news, exclusive videos, and with custom alerts for all your favorite teams, you can't find a more personalized sports app. Download it now from your app.
At Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we stand for great gear, fair prices, expert service, and memorable experiences. Come in today for great deals on great gear and our free cooking event this Saturday.
If he wins this race, it's going to be a weekend that Christopher Bell will never forget. This final practice yesterday, 4-team not upset. Later, Bell said, hey, look, my brakes were going bad. Early in the event, after qualifying in the top 5, he goes into the wall 31st, and I thought maybe they're done. And then he rallies. Car is electric, eventually getting the top spot. Bell has been out front for 14 laps.
That car went hard into the outside wall, bounced off, and they were able to make repairs. Driven to the front. What an amazing performance. What an amazing 24 hours for that team.
Yeah, and I think something about it too is these composite bodies too. They kind of bend right back, and you know, you may bend some suspension pieces, but the body hangs in there.
Now they're not rubber, are they? They're
I don't know.
That one looked like it was, didn't it?
Yeah. Hey, we said Bell's leading. Most laps led today. Justin Allgaier 15th right now, Regan.
Justin Allgaier is 15th, Adam. He's having to battle back after that flat right front tire. Here we see the tire. It was definitely cut down. Goodyear gave him a spare tire to replace that tire for later on in the event, so he's not at a detriment because of that tire. When we pan over and we look at the left front tire that came off the car earlier, we see that there's very little tire tread left on the inside. That's why NASCAR opted to do the competition caution. These tires were wearing out fast, so a good call by NASCAR. These guys are set for the rest of the race now.
And Joey, that'll get better. Do you think when these cars put more rubber down, the tire wear will get better?
Yeah, it'll get better eventually. As that Bristol bite, whatever you want to call it, PJ1, there's so many names for it. As that stuff starts to wear off, you'll start to see cars move up the racetrack, and you know that Bristol bite is what's wearing the left side tires right now, so that'll get a little better as the race keeps going.
Here's something to watch for. Garrett Smithley got the free pass. He pitted here. So did Brandon Jones. Got to believe they'll play strategy and stay out at the end of stage 1, which is only going to be 12 laps away once we go green. You saw the tire there for Matt Tifft. He's out of the car, done for the afternoon. And watch Elliott Sadler on the restart. He's 29th, a lap down. Needs to pass 5 or 6 cars to get in position to get the free pass when the caution comes wrapping up this first stage.
And this is working pretty good for Hemrick with all these cautions. Only 12 laps to the stage here, and he's still hanging in there with those old tires.
Bell outside lane, gonna jump to the race lead.
Cole Custer, after that rough initial start, has settled in. He's in 3rd position. See John Hunter Nemechek, a really fast car he has, all over the back of Custer.
Nemechek never been here in an Xfinity car prior to this weekend, but great success when coming here in the Camping World Truck Series. And in his one truck start so far this season, half-mile track in Martinsville, he won.
He can get it done, that's for sure. I love when these kids show up. It reminds me of Joey Logano. Doesn't even look like they're old enough. Oh, look at this battle.
For the lead. Someone wants a playoff point.
He said, I don't need no tires.
And both these drivers involved in that dash for cash, $100,000 on the line.
Oh, I see another push there.
And look who's behind him. Custer in this mix as well. You gotta love this.
This is great. And right there, you see how that bottom is really hard to get off the corner in turn 4. You can work it off of turn 2 a little bit better than turn 4. And you see the 20 of Christopher Bell trying to run that top.
Another issue for Chase Briscoe involved in that early crash. He is inside the top 20 as the battle for the lead rages on.
It looked like Bell just went higher, Adam. He couldn't hold off Hemrick by running right beside him. He went higher up the racetrack and gained more momentum and was able to drive around him.
He's able to give himself a little bit of breathing room here, get a little bit of air back on that spoiler. Even at the smaller racetrack, when cars get stuffed right up behind you like that, it still takes a lot of air off that spoiler and makes you loose.
Annette outside of Chastain. That's a position in the top 15. Reddick right there as well.
And what about Reddick? He's been a highlight reel this weekend in Bristol. Here comes Ryan Preece sideways on exit, forcing his way inside of John Hunter Nemechek.
If Priest gets there, all 4 of our Dash for Cash drivers going to be running in the top 4 position. Little contact for Nemechek. Cindric underneath him. Left of your screen, battle for the lead. 4 to go, stage 1.
And Ryan Priest just took that spot. He went in there and took it.
He said he was going to get aggressive with 4 or 5 laps to go.
Now here's a big issue. He can't see much with his dash flying up like that. That's going to be a problem. They're going to have to fix that during the pit stop.
Well, he's got all kinds of problems. Joey, his fender's falling off. His dash is blowing up.
Yeah, I guess the air is coming in from that fender and maybe blowing up into the dash. Man,
that's just mean. You're saying the guy's got all kinds of problems.
He's got some problems right now.
They started at lap 3, Adam.
I've never seen that. That's a new one for me.
That's usually what Michael says to me. You've got all kinds of problems. The biggest one working with him.
Hey, how about all 4 the Dash for Cash? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Have they risen up or what?
Show me the money.
That's awesome.
Bell, 1 lap to go in this first stage. Hemrick is second and is dropped back. Custer third, Priest is fourth. Cindric completes the top 5. Bell, one of 3 series regulars to win a stage in our first 6 races. Going to get his second stage win of the year right here. The green and white checker is out. Stage 1 is complete. Bell, Hemrick, Priest, and Cindric, your top 5. Nemechek dropped back to 6th. Shane Lee making his debut as 7th. Ryan Reed, Ryan Truex, Justin Allgaier finished the top 10. What a wild first 85 laps that was from Bristol.
Toyota, let's go places.
Roundup for Lawns has arrived to put unwelcome lawn weeds to rest. So draw the line. Roundup for Lawns is formulated to kill lawn weeds to the root without harming a single blade of grass. Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
I'm leaving the track behind, but I'm not standing still. And with GoDaddy, I've made my ideas real. I made my own way. Now it's time to make yours.
Everything is working, just like it should.
Last night took an L, but tonight I bounce back.
What's an L?
The rap singer took a loss, and now he's okay again.
Right. Yeah, you can get a mortgage that avoids PMI, but there's no way to avoid MIP.
Hey! This'll help. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans makes the complex simple.
So, origination fees and...
This takes care of it, thank you.
Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes by America's largest mortgage lender.
Bounce back. Right. I woke up in beast mode with my girl that's...
You okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps relieve some of the house buying stress.
At least you don't have to worry about homeowners insurance. Call Geico.
I'm calling Geico right now.
Get to know Geico for homeowners insurance.
See?
Oh, dude, are you friends with a real robot?
No, man, it's my service.
No, that's not awesome at all.
Maybe you should switch to a more reliable network.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy J7 perks with unlimited gigs. And enjoy 6 months of Hulu.
Hi there, welcome into NASCAR Race Hub.
You see the biggest stars in the sport.
Joe, I think we make this look pretty good.
They all play here.
Fun,
Fast, fresh, and always entertaining. NASCAR Race Hub, weeknight, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Can you feel it? You're connected to the World Cup. It's in your DNA. So this summer, root for your roots. Watch the FIFA World Cup on Fox and let Fox broadcast sponsor 23andMe help you find your team.
Hey, sports fans, get your hands on the all-new Fox Sports app. Instant scores, breaking news, exclusive videos, and with custom alerts for all your favorite teams, you can't find a more personalized sports app. Download it now from your app store.
I really don't know how But in some way, Christopher Bell was able to win stage 1. And now that that's over, I need to take a deep breath. That was exciting, huh?
There was just so much that went on, Adam, and especially for that Bell team over the last 24 hours. They were in a wreck yesterday. We were able to rebound from that. He put it in the wall and won a stage. But there's also some other great stories back there. Ross Chastain, 14th. BJ McLeod and Ryan Sieg, they both wrecked, and they're inside the top 15. That's great runs for those teams.
No question. And pit road is going to be open here. Undoubtedly, many of these teams are going to take an opportunity to get service as we have a caution for the 5th time today. Regan?
Our leader, Christopher Bell, hits his pit box. His car has been loose firing off at the start of runs. It got a little bit better as the runs went, but he's tight on exit as well. They're going to give him 4 tires and fuel with this race car. The 3 car of Shane Lee, he's got Ty Dillon helping on the roof today. His biggest complaint is he needs a water bottle. Shane Lee's not run very many of these long races. This is the first time for him, so they'll get him a water bottle and tires and send him as well. Jamie Little.
And the 21, Daniel Hemrick, he made it into his pit box this time. Remember, he missed pit road last time. This will be his first pit stop. They pull a tear off. It's a 4-tire stop. No chassis adjustments, just air pressure. Meanwhile, the 00 Cole Custer back in. The car has been pretty decent. They took left sides only on the first stop. A nice view right there from the crew. They work on the left. It'll be a 4-tire stop for Cole Custer.
Great stop for that team.
Race off pit road here. Going to be won by Ryan Reed, who took 2 tires. Bell did a nice job. Custer, Hemrick, Cindric, the top 5.
That's a big move for Ryan Reed right there to put 2 tires on. Pretty gutsy. Depends on, it'd be interesting to see what his left side wear is and if he put lefts on. I don't know if he did lefts or rights.
What's interesting about that, I think those crew chiefs down there noted what Hemrick was able to do on those older tires, and that maybe even opened up their playbooks even more with more options as they race toward the checkered.
Ryan Preece last pitted at lap 48. He stays out. So does Justin Allgaier, who got service at lap 60. And Brandon Jones, as we anticipated, he stays on track. He last came down the pit lane at lap 69. Penalty for Cole Custer speeding on the pit lane.
Let's see if we can get a word with Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell, it's Michael Waltrip and Logano up here in the booth. You copy?
I got you.
Man, you really paid attention when I was showing you how to run that video game. Great job of racing back to the front and getting that stage win.
Yeah, man. It's got a really fast race car. GameStop Camry, it's really good. You know, it's a lot of fun to be able to pick through the traffic like that.
Well, it was fun for us to watch. Were you concerned when you hit the wall? Did you think your day might be over?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was done. I barely hit a guy there yesterday in practice and broke everything. Then I smashed the wall, and apparently it's okay. So I'll take that.
It's definitely okay, buddy. Have fun the rest of the day.
Well, hopefully we can get this top worked in, and then it'll be real fun.
I see you working it.
He's probably leading the trail on the way up top there.
Bell going to restart in the 5th position. Back in 18th right now on our scoreboard. Chase Briscoe, they had a lot of work to do here.
Take that thing off.
Free pass under this caution did go to Elliott Sadler, our points leader. 21st as we get set to go green.
Toyota, let's go places.
Stay in the moment, they say, but you're 4 steps ahead. Executing plans you've rehearsed countless times before, and moving on to the next thing. Because if you think you're done, you've only just begun. At Michelin, we never stop thinking about our next move. Or yours.
With Rocket Mortgage, you can be approved in as few as 8 minutes, giving you superhero levels of confidence. Rocket Mortgage, America's largest mortgage lender. Avengers Infinity War in theaters April 27th.
Alexa, cancel my 6 a.m. alarm.
6 a.m. alarm canceled.
Alexa, show me automatic cat feeders.
Okay. Alexa, show me the nursery. Okay.
Say dada. Dada. Say dada. Dada.
Ouch.
Hold up. We got a laggy video call here. You need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Trade ya. Okay, people, that's a reset. Let's take it back from surprise.
Get up to 50% off our best phones because Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on.
Weeds, nature's boomerang. At Roundup, we know they keep coming back. Draw the line. One spray of Roundup Max Control 365 kills to the root and keeps weeds away for up to 1 year. Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
The 29th champion is Brittany Force.
The stakes are high out there. This rivalry now is not only on the racetrack, it's inside of each one of their heads. Talk about iconic names.
NHRA Spring Nationals from Houston, April 22nd on FS1.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Sprint there, racks on new chain. Rather go and buy ball mains.
It's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? You start paying college athletes pretty soon. You want to pay Pee Wee football players?
If Pee Wee football generates $1 billion a year, yeah.
I don't think so.
$5 fill-up. Get this deal before it flies the coop. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Back at Bristol, April 14th. On this day, did you know Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth? 1910, President William Taft begins tradition of throwing out the first pitch on opening day. Titanic collides with an iceberg and sinks on its maiden voyage. Space Shuttle Columbia returns from orbit. And in 91, Rusty Wallace, third of 9 Cup wins here at Bristol. And we go now to our Ford Performance Track Facts. 72nd race here, 14 of the last 15, run 1 from a top 5 starting position. 8 wins here by Ford, by 8 different drivers. Last 8 races that Ford has won here by 8 different drivers. One of those, Joey Logano, who's watching the restart with us in the booth today, and jumping out front, Ryan Preece, who stayed out under that last caution.
Well, we talked about Hemrick's strategy and how well it worked for that team, and Preece's group said, let's give that a whirl, and it looks like he's doing a nice job on this restart.
Yeah, especially as he gets that gap right now, he can start running his pace, not have to wear everything off, and not to mention Ryan Reed's got 2 tires on it, so that cushion he's got right now to the 4 tire cars is looking good for him.
Top 5 on the restart, 5 different strategy plays. When you look at when they last pitted and how they're managing this race. For position, Daniel Hemrick inside of Justin Allgaier. Reed goes wide. Here comes Jones. Contact, and Allgaier goes sideways. Caution is out. 6th time today.
John Hunter Nemechek getting.
Get it fired up and roll if you can here.
That looks like the first crash when
Tommy
everyone
Joe Martins
ties into each other.
And what does the spotter say that creates that? Check up.
Yep,
that's it.
See Alex LeBay there driving off. Tommy Joe Martins is.
I think his wheels need to go the other way.
He might be stuck in the wall.
Stuck. Yeah.
You know, the
I'm
car.
not sure he's got a reverse because those wheels are. I think they're going forward. There it is.
Found it.
Can't find it, grind it, right? Get it in there. Reverse.
Majeski got through that first crash nicely, but he's got issues now. Justin Allgaier from the high side to the low, and Brandon Jones was just right there. Nice job by Shane Lee again, getting by on the outside. Spencer Gallagher does a nice job, but then behind him, check up.
Everyone's trying to check up, and I think this all started when Allgaier was trying to pass Ryan Reed. Ryan went up the racetrack, got loose in front of Justin. Justin had a big run, going to come down the racetrack, but nope, somebody's there, and that's where they made the contact, and then here's in the back there. That's where the chaos begins.
Really frustrating for Nemechek. Been in the top 10, top 5 all day long. They had a long pit stop. Went from 6th to 18th. on that last stop. That's why they're back there in the middle of the mess.
And when you change lanes like that, that's just aggressive racing at a short track. And that time it didn't work. And you could see a big shot into the right side of the 42 car for Nemechek.
You know who this was good for? Cole Custer. He was caught speeding. Had to start in the rear. He makes up a lot of track position here. And watch Elliott Sadler in the one. It hits Chase Briscoe, who's used to being bounced around today. But Sadler maybe has a chance to get back in this thing now in the top 20. And what about Nemechek? We said they had a long stop that last time around, Jamie.
Yeah, and you mentioned he had been running top 5 all day long, but he got into the 18 before that last caution came out, and he had some front fender damage. That's what they were working on. Here is the stop right now. You see the damage on the left front. So they worked on that, took a little bit extra time, and that shuffled him back in the pack. Now he has trouble. Of course, you can imagine his radio. He said, I'm back here with the squirrels, and they apologize for that long stop, but they will come back in. He doesn't think that there's too much damage. They'll just fix it and continue.
Now, Jamie, to be fair, I said he was back there in the middle of the beehive. I did not say he was back there with the squirrels. I would not say that.
What about this? This is crazy how this race has developed, just like we were afraid it would, with a lot of contact, a lot of crashes, and so many fast race cars involved in accidents, and others that maybe aren't so fast have been able to fight their way up toward the top 10.
I like Ryan Preece's move. You stay up front. You know, maybe you don't have the best tires, but you're not in that bee's nest or back there with the squirrels, whatever you want to call it. You know, he's not back there getting messed around with. He's got that clean air.
Listen to the names 11th to 15th. Ross Chastain, B.J. McLeod, Ryan Sieg, Garrett Smithley, Chase Briscoe. What a wild afternoon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Yeah, you can get a mortgage that avoids PMI, but there's no way to avoid MIP.
Hey! This'll help. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans makes the complex simple.
There's also origination fees and...
This takes care of it, thank you. Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes.
I'm leaving the track behind, but I'm not standing still. And with GoDaddy, I've made my ideas real. I made my own way. Now it's time to make yours.
Everything is working just like it should.
Today, it's the dawn of a new lawn. That's because Roundup for Lawns has arrived. Finally, there's a Roundup made just for your lawn, so you can put unwelcome lawn weeds to rest. Draw the line. With Roundup for Lawns, there's no better way to kill lawn weeds to the root without harming a single blade of grass. It's a great day to be a lawn. Draw the line with Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
Right here, Dad.
The Xfinity QX60. Impressive performance and seating for 7. Lease the all-wheel drive Xfinity QX60 for $409 a month. Visit your tri-state Xfinity retailer.
If at this moment you don't feel a twinge of excitement, if your heart is not beating a little bit faster, then you have no place calling yourself a motorsport fan.
Getting all the parts?
The client loves him.
But anyone can say, get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month, plus up to 4 free LG Fortunes when you switch.
But he's got that hair.
I am hair!
Come here, little buddy. Smile. You're on Cricket.
1 piece of KFC all-white meat chicken. 2 pieces of KFC all-white meat chicken. Holy smokes! This is the most white meat ever assembled in a $5 fill-up. Get this deal before it flies the coop. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Dude, I had no chance. I mean, there's nothing we could have done. Don't worry about that one. Part of his place. He ricked up into his left side a little. Well, he's pissed for no reason. There was nothing anybody could do there.
32 car running the back of me, throw my car to hell. Got a lot of front damage.
23 of 85 laps complete in stage 2. The leader is Ryan Preece under our 6th caution of the day. What do you think about their strategy, Larry Mack?
Adam, I thought it was a brilliant move by Eric Phillips because they pitted at lap 48 under the competition caution, and from that point until the end of stage 1, we only ran 15 green flag laps. I'm shocked more crew chiefs didn't try to go down this same road.
I've heard genius and smart connected to Eric Phillips a lot during his career, and that's another great example of it.
The question is, on those older tires, how is he going to react on the restart? We're going to find out. Green flag waving once again.
And Daniel Hemrick, a great start and actually made the bottom work. He had a great restart through the gearbox and got through 1 and 2 and got the lead.
Look who's in 3rd. Shane Lee had never been in an Xfinity car prior to this weekend, and he is hanging tough, but Bell going to his outside.
Oh, Bell likes the top side. He's like the Kyle Larson of the Xfinity series right now, like in the top.
What about another car in the top 10, Ryan Sieg? He's back in the 10th place. He had a crash during qualifying, borrowed his teammate's car, Adam, and he's found his way into the top 10. And here comes Ryan Truex. We saw him weave his way through that wreck earlier. He's being rewarded for those great moves he made.
3 Ryans in the top 11 right now, in case you were scoring at home. Truex, Reed, and Sieg.
There's Sieg in that 38 car. He's sponsored by Lombard Gaming, Adam, but they didn't have any more decals. So his name isn't on the car, but that's who sponsors him.
Thank you for helping him out with their marketing campaign, Michael.
Well, we've done a nice job. We need to be rewarded for that.
Chase Briscoe. This guy's had absolutely everything go wrong. He's made, I think, more trips down pit road than he's made on the track lap-wise, and here he is inside the top 15.
Look how fast he's going now that he can see, Joey.
I'm better when I close my eyes.
Look at Spencer Gallagher, another solid run for the 23 car. Works his way inside of Shane Lee.
And our scoring pylon is always going to show you in red where our Dash for Cash drivers are. Top 3, Hemrick, Preece, and Bell. On down to Cole Custer, 11th, after that speeding penalty a couple of cautions ago. Let's head to Jamie.
And Ty Majeski making his first start of the year, first of 12. Not 1, but 2 wrecks. What exactly happened there to put you out for the day?
Yeah, I think they wrecked on the front stretch, and I just couldn't check up in time and got caught up. Hit from behind, then I hit the guys in front of me and tore up the front end of our car. But I thought we had a pretty decent Sunny D Ford Mustang. Just got caught up in that wreck early, went 2 laps down, and just couldn't really ever recover from that. It's so hard to get laps back here once you get caught 2 laps down, but we'll get them at Talladega. I can't thank Xfinity enough for all they do for sponsoring the series. Like I said, we'll go get them at Talladega.
4th career start today for Ty Majeski, as he said. We'll see him again in a couple of weeks. Talladega Super Speedway in Central Alabama. Ryan Reed has fallen back in the 16 to 13th. Chase Briscoe now 12th, and Ross Chastain up in 11th as we look at those drivers just outside the top 10. Justin Allgaier back in 19th. He had a run in earlier with Matt Tifft, and Regan Smith caught up with Matt.
Matt Tiff's day ends a little earlier than he would like to end this afternoon. Matt, you guys have been strong on a streak of top 10 finishes. What happened out there?
Well, we were just, running about where I thought we kind of had for speed today, which was about a 5th, 6th place car, and I thought we were making good progress. And the 7 was really strong earlier, and I don't know where he thought he needed to be that urgent and impatient. He just straight dumped us off of 2, and unfortunately that led to the right front being blown, which killed our car after that. But there's a sense of urgency and a sense of stupidity in a move that he made there, and I just don't get it. He had plenty enough speed to keep on going, but it's a shame we're here. Really proud of our guys. We're bringing fast stuff week in and week out, and we thought we were going to have a great day with stage points and try to get a good finish, but we'll just have to go back and get them at Richmond, and it's all we can do.
A frustrated Matt Tiff looking forward to Richmond.
Yeah, and you hate it for him because he said it. They have had speed. And updating Justin Allgaier, he's back up to 17th. They've had a number of issues today.
What am I doing wrong today, guys?
Nothing, man. It just closed too fast. Nothing you could have done there. We had a hole. We had to take it quicker, that's all.
And I cut down as quick as I could without wrecking this. When you called inside, I was already committed, we were already hitting. We're just going to run out of tires.
Well, yeah, maybe.
And fenders too, possibly. That's been a rough day for him. Oh, trouble on the front straightaway with Michael and Ned, there's something broken.
I think he's got a flat tire, maybe?
Pit road, come down the
Left
front,
rear.
down the apron.
He's going to get on the apron, get down pit road, and we will stay green as we cross over in another lap or so, the middle portion of this second stage.
You can see the contact there, most likely that wheel mark cut that tire as contact with another car. He was running in the top 10, 7th position, and did a great job of hanging onto that car when that left rear went down.
Yeah, but unfortunately, while this thing stays green, they're clicking off laps. He's going to be down 3-4 laps at least by the time he's done with this pit stop.
And he was running up into top 10, battling for position. You see him get wide, tire going down. There's nothing you can do about that here.
No, probably contact, like I said earlier. Put a cut in the left side of that tire. You talked about the sidewalls being a little bit different here, Joey. Maybe that had something to do with it.
What do you have for us, Larry?
Well, I just was listening to what Jason Burdett was telling Justin Allgaier, and we have over 170 laps to go, and he's absolutely right. Remember, 5 sets of tires, including what you qualified on when they gave him the set, and they only have 1 full set and a set of lefts laying in those pits with still over half the race to go. So he's absolutely spot on when he said they're going to be out of tires.
Updating the overall picture here, Daniel Hemrick is leading, one of the Dash for Cash guys. And just a reminder, those 4 Dash for Cash drivers, they don't have to win the race. They just have to finish in front of the other 3 eligible. Ryan Preece is 2nd, Christopher Bell is 3rd. Then you got Brandon Jones and Shane Lee rounding out the top 5. Gallagher is 6th, and then 7th is Cole Custer, the other driver eligible for the $100,000 payout today. Remember, he had that speeding penalty, and they have really been doing a nice job since they incurred that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Ryan Preece is still hanging out there. You know, we talked about, Justin Allgaier running out of tires and how big of a deal it is. But, at the same time, you got Ryan Preece out there on old tires, still running 2nd, which shows how fast this car has won. But also the tires maybe aren't giving up as much speed as we thought they would.
And it'd be interesting to see how that left rear tire or left side tire wear is on the car of Preece when they come to pit road. And will we put to bed any issues about having, Shane Lee trying to lap past Tommy Joe Martin, who got really loose down in the corner.
And that's where, if you're a lead lap car and you see a car not only that's slower but with damage, you kind of hope that just show you a little bit more room down into the corner, especially where the car is the loosest. The car is the loosest going down into the corner before you see that banking build up. And when there's a car right on your door, it's not easy to get in there, and you hope to have a little bit more room than that. And he did a good job hanging on to that thing and not ruining his day passing a lap car. That's one mistake you cannot afford to do here. Is you got to be patient with those lap cars.
I'm going to go back to that tire thing for a minute. Top 2 right now, Hemrick and Preece. Each of them have come down pit road only 1 time today. So should we get a run of cautions where drivers want to come down and get fresh tires, they could be sitting in a catbird seat when it comes to strategy late.
The only way that'll really work, Adam, is if we get a good run of a long green flag run at some point and we get a lot of cars a lap down. Track position is so important, you really can't afford to give it up, especially when you've seen all the speed from Hemrick and Preece, the guys that have been able to stay out on those tires.
And with 33 laps to go in stage 2, we've got 19 drivers on the lead lap.
Straight back tight. 1 inside.
Elliott Sadler back in the top 10. They've done a nice job.
And right behind him, Ross Chastain being able to keep pace as well. You see Chastain racing on the inside of the 11 car of Truex and into the back of the 11 car of Truex. And look who's lurking. Allgaier.
Oh.
How about 3 wides?
Running out of space here.
What's that do to your heart rate, Joey?
It spikes it.
and Nemechek starting to come back to the front. 13th and looking to get 12th from Truex.
What about how they're just moving each other? Everybody's into the side, into the back. I mean, this is full contact NASCAR here at Bristol.
It sure is. And my question is, now that we've got a few laps under our belts now, it's starting to rubber. And when does that top start to play? When does that start to come in? We got 30 to go in this second stage here. You're getting around lap cars. The track's going to stay cleaner because the lap cars are up there. And we got one going around in turn 3 here.
0-1 of Vinnie Miller. And Christopher Bell sideways. He's involved in the crash.
We're destroyed.
Yep.
Same thing as in practice.
Nope.
Wow.
Worse.
That's a lot worse.
All right, 10-4.
You hate that. He was running 3rd.
I know.
I tell you what, he got most of it in the door.
I see him getting out, though. I think he...
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. 74 Cody Ware involved. All this happening with just under 30 laps to go in stage number 2.
What did I just say? Full contact NASCAR at Bristol, and that's about as hard as you can hit. I mean, he slid sideways down in the corner with just no control and hard into those other cars.
Here's what's tough for Christopher Bell. Not only is he not going to win the $100,000 today, he's not going to be eligible when we go to Richmond Raceway on Friday night.
Is that roof buckled?
Didn't it look like the roof was buckled? Yeah.
I mean, you can see Christopher realizes he's hit really hard. A little bit slow there.
Had 4 cautions in stage 1 today. This only the second caution that we've had here in stage 2.
What an eventful weekend for Christopher Bell.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened as Ware gets work done on pit road. It all started with the 0-1 of Vinnie Miller, and then Ware and Bell came in from behind.
Oh, you can see Ware going to the bottom and clipped Miller, and they slide into the wall, and Bell just gets loose on entry and hard into those other 2 cars.
But he said it's just like yesterday in practice, which means he was dealing with brake issues, right? Am I reading that right?
As soon as he hits the brakes, that thing comes right around. And you don't use a whole bunch of brake here at Bristol. I mean, you use some, but not a lot. And man, once it gets sideways, you're out of control. There's nothing you can do. But you know, man, it took right off on him. Here's a good view of Christopher Bell.
Watch Bell. And it just looked like brakes might have caused that car to come around. You think, Joey?
Yeah, it's just maybe too much bias one way or something.
Watch these 2 cars as they come down into the corner. Make sure that's them. Yes, that's the cars. Watch as they come in the corner. The black one dives to the bottom and hits the red car. That's Vinnie Miller into the outside wall, and you can see before he even really got down in the corner, Bell was sideways.
It just makes me think that his brakes were on edge already, and when he went to press them all the way, man, it just seems like the car just stepped out. You see Ryan Preece that was right in front of him was able to clear that, so something was kind of funky there.
7th caution of the afternoon. Stage 2 is not over. The record here is 14, in case you were wondering.
Halfway there.
I'm with Ricky Fowler, who made a roller coaster of a putt over a subtle buried elephant.
Or made a tough putt over a bump on the green.
Easy as always. I wish you were my mortgage guy. He's always saying, escrow this, VOE that, FHA. And what does PMI even mean, Rick? Back to you, Scott.
Dude, that got weird.
It really did.
Try Rocket Mortgage. It's simple.
Golf can be complex, but understanding your mortgage is simple. Get approved in as few as 8 minutes with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
I can do more to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And I take Trulicity once a week to activate my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is not insulin. It comes in a once-weekly, truly easy-to-use pen. And it works 24/7.
Trulicity is an injection to improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. Don't use it as the first medicine to treat diabetes or if you have type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, you're allergic to Trulicity, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and decreased appetite. These can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
To help lower my A1C, I choose Trulicity to activate my Within.
Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help boost your free testosterone levels, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more energy and drive, more passion too.
Here, try a bottle. And trust me, she'll like it too.
Text 321321 and enter FLAME to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix. Samples are not available in stores, so text 321321 and enter FLAME.
Well, Bristol can be wild, and it certainly has been today. Started early with Christopher Bell, who's had quite a weekend, hit the wall, and tons of guys collected behind him.
Yeah, remember Christopher Bell, one of our Dash for Cash drivers, 6 drivers involved, including Ty Majeski and Chase Briscoe.
Under the caution, Cole Custer's crew, there's a little fire down there. They were able to put that out, and nobody got hurt, thank goodness, because that's a scary moment. Then on lap 58, Justin Allgaier gets into Matt Tifft, brings out the caution, and then a little exchange of pleasantries between the one of Elliott Sadler and the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek.
Emotions, tempers, tempers. And then right here on lap 101, Justin Allgaier gets into another accident with Brandon Jones. It's amazing here as we're almost halfway through this race that Justin Allgaier is inside the top 10.
We are currently under a red flag because of this incident that we just saw. Christopher Bell gets collected somehow. The guys were talking about possibly brake issues because that car just whipped around. A hard hit for the 20 of Christopher Bell, who was certainly one of the favorites in this race. He's already been able to lead 34 laps, but is certainly done for the day. And you see him getting out of the car right there, so he is okay despite the fact that that car is absolutely destroyed. Okay, Larry Mack, I know you love talking strategy, so let's do it. You just mentioned to me 20 laps till the end of stage 2. This could set us up for some strategy.
Well, I think it could because we saw Daniel Hemrick stay out at the competition caution, and he performed well. Ryan Preece stayed out at the end of stage 1, and right now we're kind of in that zone. We have 33 laps on the tires for everyone that pitted for 4 tires at the end of stage 1, and we're going to go back racing with about 20 laps to go in this stage. So I truly believe you're going to see some drivers stay out. You're going to see some drivers change 4 tires. But just remember, we still have this race to go, and we've already heard Jason Burdett tell Justin Allgaier we're going to run out of tires if we're not careful.
Let's take a listen to what the crew chiefs downstairs have to say about this issue. Jamie Little standing by.
And Danny Stockman, you guys just mentioned it, the 21 crew chief. I know you didn't mean to stay out at the competition caution, but now that this caution is out, what do you do strategy-wise?
Well, you know, our car's good, so right here I believe we're going to stay out, and we're going to have about, I don't know, 30 laps until the competition caution at lap 70. Our car takes off really good. We need a little bit more long run speed, I feel like. We have some adjustments that we're going to make for that. But all in all, it's been a good weekend so far, and it's just it's been fun seeing the progression here.
Daniel Hemrick going for his first Xfinity Series win. Shannon?
Daniel Hemrick was able to get some money last year. You know, we talk about, Larry, this crew chief and the decision that they have to make up on top of that pit box, and that is one of the guys who's really getting it done today.
I think it's safe to say he is a driving trust behind Daniel Hemrick because he won the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship with Austin Dillon. 2 years later, won the 2013 Xfinity Series Championship with Austin Dillon. He has 7 wins in the Xfinity Series with 3 different drivers, actually 12 races as a crew chief in the Cup Series. Daniel Hemrick is going to get his first career win, and he's going to get it soon, maybe today, and I guarantee you Danny Stockman Jr., he's the driving trust that'll get him to that first win.
I know you have all those notes over there telling you how many tires guys have left, but when you see Hemrick stay out, and you see Allgaier stay out, and they were still able to perform at a very high level. You heard Joey Logano talking about that. What does that tell you as a crew chief?
Well, Joey said it. The tires are maybe not giving up as much as we thought they were going to give up, but I just think track position is king, but also when you're up front, although Christopher Bell was running 3rd when that just happened, when you're up front, you're staying out of the eye of the storm.
You know what's going to be the eye of the storm for some of the drivers? Couple weeks in Talladega, it is going to be drivers only. Mr. Logano, who's up there right now, is going to join the crew. Here's a preview.
On April 28th, from Talladega Superspeedway, stars of the Monster Energy Cup Series are back in the booth as they call the Xfinity Series action the way they see it, all by themselves. Tune in Saturday, April 28th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, where the drivers-only broadcast team is live from Talladega.
You ready for it, Joey? How about it? It's Talladega, you know, it's going to be a lot different.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's, you know, it's a lot of fun. One of the most fun things is, though, is seeing Kevin Harvick nervous.
Does he boss you around a little bit?
That happened last time, and he calmed down eventually, but I've never seen that before, and I kind of enjoyed that part. So, you know, that, and it's a big racetrack. What I'm learning up here right now at Bristol, things are happening really, really quick, and it's hard to get out what you want to say before the next caution happens or something else happens on the racetrack. So Talladega is, you know, a track just like Pocono last year that it gives us a little more room, especially under cautions, to get our thoughts straight and make sure we don't say something stupid, right?
You know what I love? We feel like we're pretty well directed, but when they're up there taking over the drivers only, I think it's a free-for-all and no telling what's going to happen and what they might say or see.
I'm glad that we can be here today and help you rehearse for drivers only in a couple of weeks. We'll be on Fox 2 weeks from today. It's drivers only from Talladega. Jamie?
And Eric Phillips calling the shots for the 18er Ryan Preece. What a race you guys are having today. Sitting second right now, do you feel like you're good enough to compete with that 21, perhaps take the win home?
I think so. I think we got the best car on the long run. Those guys all got tires on that last comp caution. We stayed out. We're just logging laps right now. I kept on him all weekend. We got to get to the end of that second stage, and then we'll start racing. With the way the racetrack's been and tire wear, I knew this was going to be a lot of old Bristol, and that's what we have right now. So there's been a lot of attrition. As long as we're there with about 50 to go, then I'll take my shot.
Thanks, Eric.
Ryan Preece is a racer. Top 5 in the Xfinity car. Last weekend at Texas. Flew back up to Thompson on Sunday afternoon from 27th to 4th in a modified. And here's Brandon Jones coming down pit road under caution. Pretty quiet here. Let's go down to Regan Smith.
Well, Brandon Jones continues this streak of good races for him. A stage win last week. He pits from 3rd place. The race car right now is loose on entry and 2 snug in the center, as well as 2 tight back to the gas. They're going to give him 4 tires right here and sending him on his way.
They've been a little bit out of balance today, doing what the others did not. Justin Allgaier electing to come down and get service here as well.
Yeah, he talked about not having any tires or running out of them. They didn't change any there. Must have needed an adjustment, maybe something on the left front there. I didn't really see what they did.
I think they're working on the splitter. I was looking at it earlier. His splitter looked like it was hitting the racetrack pretty hard from some of the damage he had when he spun down the backstretch. I think they might have been jacking up the splitter, trying to bend it back up a little bit.
Well, we did have a mixed amount of strategy there with Brandon Jones coming to pit road. It's going to make that next stop really interesting. I think everybody will be on pit road then, Adam, and it means you better have a money stop.
What about Shane Lee? What's their thought process on strategy?
So you might be able to hold out on tires. You know, you're running far enough ahead now to have the best tires at the end of the race be good.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm a little worried about putting them on now.
Was that Ty Dillon chiming in on strategy?
That was,
there?
and I think he was talking to crew chief Dick Harrison. And what I love about Shane Lee and driving this 3 car, he's been looking so much forward to this opportunity, Adam, and all day yesterday, solid. He's been great today, and Ty Dillon has been there every step of the way. Not only when they got to the racetrack, but he took him to the simulator, helped him there as well, coached him through getting ready for this event. I mean, this is a big deal. It's a kid's first start in an Xfinity car, and he's running in the 3 car in 3rd place. That's pretty awesome so far.
And what a great team player Ty is, to take his time, go to sim with him, spend his time up on top of the roof or wherever he's at right now talking to him. You know, that helps a lot, especially your first time to Bristol, first time in an Xfinity car. There's nothing easy for Shane Lee today, and you know, that little bit of help that he has right now is going a long ways.
It just has to make him feel like part of the family to have that much attention being paid to this day for him.
Let's hear from Regan one more time.
Well, Christopher Bell's day ends early. First off, glad you're okay, Christopher. We've seen you have some trouble when you have to go to the brakes hard this weekend. Is that what happened again right there?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's the 2nd time this weekend I've crashed from guys going seconds off the pace, and I just can't slow down whenever they spin out. But frustrating. We had a really fast GameStop Camry, and I don't know, I was trying to get the top end pretty much all race long, and that was our worst run of the day handling wise, and we were still right there. So yeah, it's unfortunate.
One of the biggest challenges here, Adam, whenever something happens in front of you, it happens quick.
So one of our Dash for Cash contenders eliminated. Christopher Bell is out. The other 3 restarting in the top 5. Henrik Preece on the front row. Custer goes from 5th, and when we get the green, there will be 21 laps remaining in stage number 2.
That 21 car is very good getting up to speed. He was able to, go take the lead from the bottom last time. This time he chooses the top and still able to maintain the lead here.
Adam, we've had 8 cautions, but I promise you I've seen 18 other ones that should have been cautions, and especially trouble for the 28, Dylan Lupton.
There's another one.
Come on. Get on the apron.
I was just going to say, especially on these restarts, because people are just slipping and sliding and running into each other.
There's not much grip and there's not much experience. The two things don't go very well together sometimes.
That's a tough combination, isn't it, Joey?
Yes.
Caution number 8.
28 just coming into the picture there. He's in the middle of the track, and something happens to that car. An oil line broke, a hole in the oil pan, big leak there, I think, that sent him into the wall.
I think so.
That car's had a tough go of it this weekend, Adam.
I remind you once again, the record for cautions at Bristol in an Xfinity race is 14. And we are just now at halfway.
9 in.
I want to
I think we're going to get it.
I think we're going to push the record for sure. But how many times have you seen a race here go through attrition early, and then all of a sudden things calm down and you have that long green flag run, and could be a lengthy cleanup, some oil on the racetrack here?
I don't see that happening today. I think we're going to go strong all the way to the check.
I'm just optimistic, I guess.
Alexa, cancel my 6 a.m. alarm.
6 a.m. alarm canceled.
Alexa, show me automatic cat feeders.
Okay.
Alexa, show me the nursery.
Okay.
Say dada. Dada. Say dada. Dada.
Ouch. Fowler taking his time here. He needs to understand all the details on this one. Definitely making the process look simple. Approaching this with a lot of confidence. And tapped it right in. Incredible technique. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Almost there.
She's coming.
My video call's lagging. Mom.
Hold up. We got a laggy video call here. You need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Here, trade ya. Okay, people, that's a reset.
You want us to surprise her again?
Yeah, but like in a fun way, like this.
All my favorite friends are here. There's Tony and Diane.
Like something like that.
Get up to 50% off our best phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the Google Pixel 2, because unlimited is only as good as the network it's on.
Roundup for Lawns has arrived to put unwelcome lawn weeds to rest. So draw the line. Roundup for Lawns is formulated to kill lawn weeds to the root without harming a single blade of grass. Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain. Rather go and buy ball mains.
It's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? You start paying college athletes pretty soon. You want to pay Pee Wee football players?
If Pee Wee football generates $1 billion a year, yeah.
I don't think so.
MLS Soccer Sunday. Are you ready? Emerald City gets the stadium rocking when the Loons fly in from Minnesota. Then it's P-Town holding it down against NYCFC and their all-out attack. Let's go. It's time for our soccer. April 22nd, it's Seattle Sounders versus Minnesota United FC, 4 Eastern on ESPN, followed by Portland Timbers versus New York City FC at 6 Eastern on FS1.
Can you feel it? You're connected to the World Cup. It's in your DNA. So this summer, root for your roots. Watch the
Joey, did you know that you're a big part of history with a 22 in this race this weekend? It's the 2,500th time that Roger Penske has had a car in a race competing somewhere in some series. Absolutely amazing, the stat line.
It really is, and it's such an honor to drive for him. And with Austin Cindric bringing home the 25th 100 start for Roger Penske. You imagine that, how many races that really is, and Roger comes to a lot of them, all of them that he can, and so it's an honor to be, you know, a part of the group of drivers, a part of the wins that he's had over those, 50-something years. It's been pretty incredible.
I was going to say, he doesn't just enter, he wins. 2,500 events entered, 480 victories among 49 different drivers. That's 19%.
And that's just amazing. And what a gentleman Mr. Penske is. And the fact that he comes to these races, the captain hangs out down on pit road. He's a living legend. And I think everybody just appreciates what all he's done and appreciates when he shows up for the NASCAR races.
Yeah, he always says, I don't have a golf game. He goes, I like to go racing. And that's my type of person right there. It's very impressive what he does. Not only what he does, as far as the race team side, but the racetracks that he built Michigan and Fontana out there at Auto Club Speedway, and owned a bunch of other racetracks. So he's done so much in our sport.
And next month, he will try and win his 17th Indianapolis 500. There's the 22 of Austin Cindric running in the top 5 here today. So great weather in Bristol, Tennessee this afternoon. Unfortunately, weather forecast doesn't look great for tomorrow. So Fox got together with NASCAR and the folks here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Going to move everything up an hour. Race day on FS1 happens 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Our Cup race coverage on Fox at 12:30. We'll go green, hopefully, shortly after 1 o'clock Eastern time here at Bristol tomorrow. We're past halfway in this race. 13 laps to go in stage number 2. Going to have a nice little shootout when the green flag goes back in the air. And Brandon Jones is playing some interesting strategy games today, Regan.
Well, they are playing some strategy. Chris Gabehart, you pitted under that last caution. You told me last week at Texas you were going to be aggressive and offensive with this race car to give your driver the opportunity to get out front some. Is that what you're doing there?
Well, to be honest with you, I thought we would have been on sequence there. I'm not going to lie, but as it turns out, we're off. But little foreshadowing, we're going to be off sequence again here in a minute.
Well, there we go. Sometimes the plan works out.
Guess what he's going to do?
They're going to stay out.
Yeah, I think so. When the caution comes out, they're going to stay out and cycle themselves up there. It's actually going to be a great move for them.
How about Gallagher today, Jamie?
Spencer Gallagher third right now, and despite all the stop and go with all the cautions, the Las Vegan keeping it light.
What the world needs now is dry, speedy drive.
Now, Bubba Wallace got in trouble a couple of weeks ago for singing on the radio. Drew Blickensderfer said none of that, but under caution, I think that's permitted, right?
And plus, just you got to make the moment light. There's been a lot of caution laps run here, and Spencer's just trying to have a little bit of fun. And I'm telling you, Adam, yesterday was the best day of practice I've seen for that team. And we know that each week they've just gotten better and better, and now he's backing it up with a run inside the top 5. I would be singing about that too.
Did you used to sing in the car and joke around a lot?
Well, during caution flags,
Did you?
But I always knew that when they threw the green flag, especially here at Bristol, anything could happen.
Yeah.
So you can sing and dance.
You'll change your tune in a hurry.
Are you
here
going to show us something here?
Hey, fill up the Speedy Dry truck, and let's celebrate 4th place Shane Lee.
But I ain't the damn crew chief. I'm just driver coach. I'm just good on my driver coach. I ain't gonna screw up the crew chief.
Yeah, and your driving coach, one minute you're telling him, hey, let's be good here, behave. And the next thing you're telling him, don't give this guy nothing. You don't know him.
Yeah, I can't help it.
That's the driver, not the driver coach. That's the driver.
Yeah, I start blending lines.
At what point does Shane Lee have to tune all that out?
Well, the good thing is it sounds like this on probably Channel 2 that Shane probably can't hear that going on back and forth, but it's pretty funny because it's hard. So a lot of times as the driver, you're standing out here saying, why didn't you do that? Or why didn't you do that? And then you're in the car, you realize why you can't or what's going on. Maybe something Shane's fighting inside the car that nobody else knows. But it's pretty funny, though. They must have a good relationship with the crew chief to be joking around like that.
I've just been so impressed with Lee. How fun has this been? First Xfinity race, and I just can't get over the performance, the speed, and the job that he's done staying out of trouble as well.
Very good, yeah.
Daniel Hemrick going to lead on this restart. Ryan Preece is second. Spencer Gallagher third. We talked about Shane Lee in fourth. Austin Cindric having a great day. He is in the fifth position. Cole Custer has worked back to sixth after that speeding penalty. Nice afternoon for Ross Chastain. He is seventh. Elliott Sadler was a lap down after a couple of incidents. He is now eighth. Ryan Truex ninth. John Hunter Nemechek has had some adversity. He will be 10th on the restart. It comes with 9 laps remaining in our second stage. We're going to have another caution before the end of the stage, or we're going to go green here?
I hope not, but I think so. I mean, this is pretty important stuff that we're going to see here.
Hemrick in that outside lane, jumping away. Shane Lee following his teammate. They're bottled up once again.
Nice job by Preece getting off turn 2 and grabbing that second position. Cole Custer looked inside of Lee. He slides up the hill. Nice run off the corner by Shane.
Custer looking to go 6th to 3rd on the restart. Chastain trying to work his way toward the top 5. Nemechek getting aggressive. Allgaier back in the hunt. This is entertaining. And for the top spot, a reminder, Preece last pitted at lap 48. Bump and run, 7 to go in stage 2, and they're side by side for the top spot. No more. Preece out front.
What about Ross Chastain on the right side of the screen? He's got a solid run inside the top 10. Cole Custer still gnawing on that left rear of Shane Lee.
Sadler right behind that bunch.
There's so many battles going on the racetrack right now. It is hard to keep up with everything.
Stage 1 today went to Christopher Bell, so Joe Gibbs Racing got it done there, and they own the top spot with 5 laps to go in stage 2.
You see Shane Lee just running up the racetrack a little bit. It may hurt him a little bit off of turn 2, but it's kind of a defensive line for him. It's hard to make that pass happen on the bottom right now as that Bristol bite goes away.
He got a little bit loose on entry, but you're right, Joey. He takes advantage of that momentum on exit and is able to drive ahead of Custer.
Looked like there was almost contact for Sadler and Gallagher. Here's the 0-0 again. Custer might get him this time. Man, Lee's working hard in that outside lane.
Watch this run. He gets off the corner, able just to ease ahead slightly of Custer there. Cole's making ground, though.
And this is where it's hard for Cole Custer. You got to be patient down there. You want to go. You're looking at the cars behind you. You don't want to make too many big moves because you may get passed while you're trying to pass another car. So making the right moves at the right time, knowing where the cars are around you is ultra important. And there you go.
Nemechek going, Custer going sideways. He saves it. Going to lose a ton of position. Truex Gallagher driving by. Here comes the 98 of Chase Briscoe.
And that's a lot of points with 1 lap to go in the stage here.
Yep, final lap, stage number 2. Out front is Ryan Preece, and back behind him is Daniel Hemrick. And it looks like that's how they will finish this second stage. Second career stage win for Ryan Preece. Hemrick in the runner-up spot. And here's what happens behind him. Justin Allgaier. How in the world did he get to 3rd? Shane Lee was 4th, Cindric 5th.
I think
Nemechek 6th.
I think Nemechek 6th. Where'd he come from? That's just a great recovery for that team. I think Elliott Sadler might have cut a right front tire at him when he went down in the corner and eased into the side of Cole Custer. He fell all the way back to the 15th position there in those last couple of laps.
Chastain top 10, Ryan Truex, Gallagher, Briscoe all getting points. Custer ends up 13th, Sadler all the way back in the 15th position. Let's look at it one more time.
Well, this is what I was talking about. Elliott gets on the inside and slides that left front tire, and I think probably maybe flattened it or at least flat spotted it where he couldn't go.
Yeah, he definitely slid that tire for a long, long time. And you know, Cole Custer's doing such a great job. He came back up after that penalty and got, you know, right back into where he's going to score some good stage points. And then,
what about that save, though? Was that beautiful or what?
It was great. No damage to his car. Looks like he's good to go. He's going to have to pass some more cars again.
Good job here for Truex to get through this and finish inside the top 10, get some stage points.
Keep coming, still green. Keep coming, still green. Outside 23.
Adam, would you give me, we almost had a caution there.
Outside 23. Clear on 23.
A half a caution.
Still green.
Here they come. Pit road's open, Regan.
Well, the 3 car of Shane Lee gets into his pit box right here. His car has been loose on the bottom on entry. They're going to give him 4 tires fuel and a little bit of an air adjustment. Justin Allgaier continues a great run through the field after a rough day. He's happy with his race car, no adjustments. And the crew chief said, guys, you can change your stop if you want to. A little strategy play for the pit crew there. Jamie?
And the 21 and Daniel Hemrick just got too loose, especially at the end of that run. It'll be a 4-tire stop. Ryan Preece, as you can imagine, he came in as the leader, happy with the car, said it gets looser as he runs, but he likes it that way. Austin Cindric, first start in the 22 this year, said the car didn't fire off as tight as he needed it to be. So hearing a lot of these teams complaining about loose.
The race off pit road, you talk about Cindric, he's got that #1 pit stall because Ryan Blaney won the pole last weekend at Texas Motor Speedway, and the #1 pit stall paying dividends here. +4 for Cindric, -1 for Preece, Hemrick, Allgaier, and Lee. Some drivers stayed out. Let's hear from Ryan Preece, winner stage 2.
Let's see if we can dial it up. Ryan Preece, Joey Logano up here in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Joey.
Hey man, you're doing a great job out there. Looks like Hemrick's got some really good restarts, but then afterwards it seems like you start to get that momentum and be able to take that lead right back. What do you got to do to try to keep up on those restarts a little bit better for maybe a late race caution for the win?
Well, I think tires kind of helped him there a little bit for a while, but you know, I think I'm just going to work on that little bit of egg under the throttle pedal, but we'll be all right. Little by little, we'll get it, and when it's all the money, when the money is on the line, that's when it's going to matter, and that's when we'll come through.
I love the fight in you, buddy. This is Michael. How's this car differ from racing that big modified around here? You look to be equally as good in either.
Yeah, you want to know what? That's that guy sitting on the pit box right there, Eric Phillips. He's doing a great job. You know, my guy who always looks for speed, but he knows what it takes to have a good balance for the entire run, so that's that guy right there.
Well, you've been a thrill to watch. Keep it up, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Kyle Busch, Kyle Benjamin, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Preece. It doesn't really matter who Eric Phillips works with. His cars are going to be fast.
And here's the cool thing about Ryan Preece. We started at the same exact racetrack, Silver City in Meriden, Connecticut, racing quarter midgets against each other back in '96, '97. And how cool is it from racing little cars like that to being, up here at Bristol, watching him lead some laps and already win an Xfinity race and looking pretty good to bring home the money today.
A modified champion that made the move to the Carolinas to go NASCAR racing with JD Motorsports. Didn't get much traction. Went back home, saved up his money, came back down, got an opportunity with Joe Gibbs Racing, and he has delivered big time.
Adam, you know who's leading this race?
I do know. It's Chase Briscoe, and I don't know how.
Watch this. Watch this wreck he's in, Joey Logano. He hit he hit the wall. He hit another car. He bounced through all that. Somehow that team has effected repairs to that 98 car, and he finds himself the leader of this race.
In the lead. And I'm not sure it's quite as fast as it was before that crash, but hey, he's making the most out of a bad situation right now. You see the repairs they made to it. It's really good. You also see Brendan Jones with that strategy is going to put him up there. Austin Cindric with a great pit stop, great pit stalls, putting him up in 4th. Look for him to have a good restart here as well.
All about strategy, creating track position, Larry.
Yeah, those top 3, Chase Briscoe, Brandon Jones, Tyler Reddick, they've been pitting under these last couple of cautions. They only have about 9 to 10 laps on their tires. I think it's a great call again, just like Eric Phillips earlier with Ryan Preece.
Every time I've seen Tyler Reddick on camera, he's been sideways. Let's see if that continues.
They have found their way, though. Great job for Dave Ellens today atop the pit box for that 9 car. Cindric on the freshest tires. Outside row 2. Briscoe jumping to the lead in front of Brandon Jones.
Wow.
Final stage underway. $100,000 on the line for 3 drivers, and anybody's guess how this thing is going to end. 3 wide. That usually doesn't work out at Bristol.
Got my attention, I'll tell you that. Shane Lee decided he's going to go way up top. Falls in behind Cindric there in the 22.
How much is his confidence building right now, Shane Lee?
He's feeling pretty good about himself. He's doing an amazing job for his first race. You see him under there racing Austin Cindric. But, man, he's done a great job so far, keeping his car clean, been in some tight situations, but been smart with his race car.
And that just has to be a great handling race car as well. The team has done a great job. We've talked about the progression of Richard Childress Racing. He's sideways, and how much faster those cars are. Lee's taking advantage of that.
And this is a tough spot to be in. This car is right on your door like that. You're going to get loose. Here comes a lap car of Justin Allgaier up there.
It did look like Allgaier that had smoke. We'll double check that. It is the 7 in that high lane.
Wow, he almost crashed, Adam. That car was out of the groove. Must have just got up the hill a bit because he's still got a lot of speed, as you can see.
Cole Custer finally got in that bottom lane. He's got to be frustrated. Been battling back all day long.
You just jumps over the grip line there.
Just dirty up there. You can see the dirt coming off the right side of the car, and then behind the car it's just, there's no grip where it's just dusty, and it's got to be cleaned up. And it hasn't been enough green flag runs and cars moving up there to clean it up like it needs to be.
He was 6th when he got shoved out of line. Now 10th as we have a battle for the lead, Michael.
Crawling's behind him. Nice and smooth now inside.
Brandon Jones in the 19 going for it.
That's that car that wrecked he's racing with.
And he led a lot of laps. He doesn't have a left front fender on that car.
Well,
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Look who's behind him, Ryan Preece stalking.
Makes you wonder what that car would be like if it had a fender on it.
Brandon Jones gets the lead, but he might not keep it for long. Preece is through to 2nd, and we know how fast the 18 has been today.
And he's like a bulldog behind the wheel too. When he gets there, he's going.
That's that modified in him. They're not scared to lay the bumper to somebody.
And when you talk to him, he's the sweetest, nicest kid you ever met. And today, he's ready to go. He knows there's a big carrot out there for him, and he's looking for it.
There's something about putting a helmet on. You put that chin strap on. Oh, no.
All right,
and you see.
Coming at you, get it rolling when you can.
Let's
Ran
go
right,
here.
you left rear. Nothing you can do there. Kept them spinning the whole time. Did not lock them up.
That's spotter Joel Edmonds. Joel giving him the report. There was nothing that Chase could do. He got hit.
He was with us on NASCAR Race Hub this week, and I teased him. I said, is there pressure driving the 98 for the first time because Kevin Harvick won in that car? He said, there's pressure because I'm an Indiana kid driving Tony Stewart's car, and here's the reason for caution number 10.
Well, I mean, he didn't damage it any more than what it was.
I don't know if he can, Joey. Oh, loose off.
Yeah, loose there.
1 to the 21 now. Right at your bumper on you.
I think he was in there.
Keep spinning. All right, nothing coming at you. Get it rolling when you can. Ran right, you left rear. Side, sure. Caution. Bottom.
We're lucky more cars weren't collected there. A lot of smoke, hard to see. Brandon Jones leading. 112 to go at Bristol. Preece, Hemrick, Nemechek, Reddick, your top 5. It has been one entertaining afternoon.
Nobody knows your car the way you do. The way it flexes and bounces back. The way it torques, drifts, turns, and burns. Whoa, that's perfect. We know your car isn't just a car. It's a 3,000-pound extension of you. And when your passion meets our inventory, you can do anything. Thousands of parts make your car, and they're all right here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Yeah, you can get a mortgage that avoids PMI, but there's no way to avoid MIP.
Hey! This'll help. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans makes the complex simple.
There's also origination fees. And
This takes care of it, thank you. Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes.
Today, it's the dawn of a new lawn. That's because Roundup for Lawns has arrived. Finally, there's a Roundup made just for your lawn, so you can put unwelcome lawn weeds to rest. Draw the line. With Roundup for Lawns, there's no better way to kill lawn weeds to the root without harming a single blade of grass. It's a great day to be a lawn. Draw the line with Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
See? Oh, dude, are you friends with a real robot? No, man, it's my service.
Oh, that's not awesome at all.
Maybe you should switch to a more reliable network.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy J7 perks with unlimited gigs and enjoy 6 months of Hulu.
Can you feel it? You're connected to the World Cup. It's in your DNA. So this summer, root for your roots. Watch the FIFA World Cup on Fox and let Fox broadcast sponsor 23andMe help you find your team.
if at this moment you don't feel a twinge of excitement, if your heart is not beating a little bit faster, then you have no place calling yourself a motorsport fan.
Any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Just over 100 laps to go at Bristol, 10th caution of the afternoon. And while things are slow on track, Joey, let's talk about your foundation. What's going on there?
Oh, we got a lot of great things going on. We got a, our go-kart event coming up soon up in Connecticut, and, to help raise some money. We give second chances to kids in crisis is what we do. And there's a lot of kids that just are born into a bad situation, maybe a broken family, and they need some good role models in their life. And we're able to work with some great organizations that you are able to kind of steer them down the right road and make sure that, they're not the same as, you don't put their kids in the same position they're in right now. And it's definitely the most rewarding part of my job to be part of that and to try to encourage others to live a life of generosity. It's a big deal to me. It's a big deal to my wife, Brittany, as well. And, it's definitely a lot of fun. And, we look forward to, doing a lot of things that, last a lot longer than just trophies, right? If you can change somebody's life, there's no bigger deal than that.
I just love NASCAR racing. That's what it's all about. Everybody's wanting to give back, and Joey, you're a great example of just that.
Jones Priest, teammates on the front row. Priest won last year at Iowa. Jones looking for his first career victory. Behind him, Hemrick, Nemechek, Reddick, Shane Lee in his debut race today. Green with 1:07 remaining.
Now, one thing we haven't seen yet today, Adam, right, is teammates wreck each other.
Well, hang on a second.
Hey, Nemechek. A lot of tape on that race car, but he has found his way to the front in the 42.
And look at Nemechek put it right on the door of Ryan Priest like that. He is a very aggressive race car driver. It gets him a lot of spots on restarts like this. Sometimes gets him in a lot of crashes, but he's putting himself in position right now.
And Priest isn't giving up, though. He's down on the inside, and like the bulldog I talked about, he's just going to chew that position back.
There's a couple bulldogs right there, and it usually doesn't end too well.
Hemrick right behind him, going to take advantage of Nemechek jump to the inside as Priest gets the second spot. And back behind them, 22 of Austin Cindric is 8th, Allgaier and Gallagher there as well.
Hemrick is a mild-mannered guy. When you talk to him down in the garage area, you wouldn't think that he could get up there and go like he does, but he grew up on the short tracks. He knows what this is all about. He likes battling on these racetracks, and he knows what's ahead. A $100,000 reward if he can just get ahead of the other guys racing for that cash.
See a little contact to the left rear of the 22 car with Spencer Gallagher and Austin Cindric. This is makes me scared of that left rear tire after we've seen so many of them blown out.
Gallagher gets by. Here comes points leader Elliott Sadler looking to get inside the top 10 one more time. He's been outside the top 30 at portions of this race. Talking about Elliott Sadler.
Joey, you run these races every now and then. Did you know it was this crazy? I don't know if you would have put your nose out in some of those places you did if you had seen it from this angle, right?
That's you definitely want to be up front, but we've seen crashes happen up front today even.
Teammates here. Reddick, who won at Daytona, only driver entered today that has a win this season, and Justin Allgaier, who continues to work his way back toward the front. Not been easy for either one of them this weekend.
No, it's definitely going to be a blue-collar day for both these teams. If they're able to scrape a top 5 or so out of this thing, that would be very impressive. You see the front splitter of the 7 car is already worn down quite a bit. They jacked it up some, but it seems like they got that fixed where he's actually going pretty good on these restarts.
What do you have for us, Jamie?
Well, Adam, we always talk about the guys on pit road. Well, in the Xfinity Series, we have a woman making history, Brianna Daniels. She's been doing this for Stephen Light, the 55. She's a tire changer. Brianna, it's great to see you. I see you get a lot of attention. How did you get to this point?
I've had my fair share of, working with different teams. And of course, it started in practice. Every practice is a trial for me. And me not being signed to a team, I'm with different teams working in the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, ARCA Series. And then finally this year, I was able to, land a deal of being on the 55 crew with JP Motorsports, just by working hard and just working on my craft. And I guess they like what they saw.
A student athlete, she learned about NASCAR and said, I want to do that. And Adam, we encourage women. If you want to be part of NASCAR, come on out. There are places for you.
Play college basketball. Am I right in saying that, Jamie?
Yes, sir. She played college basketball in Norfolk, Virginia, so she's been part of NASCAR now, but she is a permanent member of this 55 team and doing a great job. She wants to make it to Cup. That's her long-term goal.
They were looking for college athletes to come be a part of NASCAR. Rihanna said, that's not just for the guys. I want to show you what I can do, and here she is pitting an Xfinity car. Outstanding job by her.
That is really, really cool to see. And you imagine the hurdle she had to jump to get to this point already in her career. It'd be really neat to see where she makes it.
Austin Cindric has fallen to 11th, and just behind him, Ross Chastain, Alex Labbe, Garrett Smithley. Some really good stories inside the top 15, and Chastain is one of them. He's really been good in the 4-car.
Yeah, he just came off pit road on that last caution, so he's got some fresher tires. He's charging with them.
How good's Brandon Jones been? I thought Priest would really take care of things here on this restart. Not the case. Priest second, Hemrick, Nemechek, Custer, the top 5 here.
Nobody knows your car the way you do. The way it flexes and bounces back. The way it torques, drifts, turns, and burns. Whoa, that's perfect. We know your car isn't just a car. It's a 3,000-pound extension of you. And when your passion meets our inventory, you can do anything. Thousands of parts make your car, and they're all right here.
Roundup for Lawns has arrived to put unwelcome lawn weeds to rest. So draw the line. Roundup for Lawns is formulated to kill lawn weeds to the root without harming a single blade of grass. Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
See? Oh, dude, are you friends with a real robot? No, man, it's my service.
No, that's not awesome at all.
Maybe you should switch to a more reliable network.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy J7 perks with unlimited gigs. And enjoy 6 months of Hulu.
I'm with Ricky Fowler, who made a roller coaster of a putt over a subtle buried elephant.
Or made a tough putt over a bump on the green.
Easy as always. I wish you were my mortgage guy. He's always saying, escrow this, VOE that, FHA. And what does PMI even mean, Rick? Back to you, Scott.
Dude, that got weird.
It really did.
Try Rocket Mortgage. It's simple.
Golf can be complex, but understanding your mortgage is simple. Get approved in as few as 8 minutes with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Memorable moment number 61 in World Cup history. Behold, the goal of the 2006 World Cup. Look away, L-Tree fans. Get at me if you want to, but Maxi Rodriguez's volley in the 98th minute for Argentina against Mexico in the round of 16 is so utterly filthy that I dare you to challenge that. Who will score the goal of the 2018 World Cup? We will find out soon enough. The World Cup begins June 14th on Fox with complete coverage all year long on foxsports.com.
If at this moment you don't feel a twinge of excitement, if your heart is not beating a little bit faster, then you have no place calling yourself a motorsport fan.
The key to not getting lost here or getting dizzy is having a good spotter to keep reminding you.
There's times really late in the race where you kind of get in a rhythm and you can't really tell which end's which.
You know, turn 1 and 2 has a little bit different shape than turn 3 and 4, and you're able to not get lost.
The best way to keep track of where you are is the big little start-finish line and the flagger on the front stretch. That's how I would do it.
You guys ever get lost here, huh?
No, I really don't. The only time it really gets really challenging is if you have to make a green flag pit stop. You got to remember what pit road you're on, because there's 2 pit roads here when the green flag's out. So that part's a little challenging, but really I kind of remember where I'm at.
Well, you know, back in the day, we didn't have the spotters doing as much as they do today. I think they're constantly reminding you of what's going on around you. It seems to keep the driver more focused on his task. I like all the talk y'all get from your spotters.
Me too. I like hearing a lot of information. They feed so much information about the cars around you, behind you, in front of you, and oh, here you see a shot to the 22 by the 4 of Ross Chastain. you know, that bottom's still hanging in there strong, guys. It's been pretty impressive for me.
I look at these drivers inside the top 10, various strategies there. Where do we stand on a game plan the rest of the way, Larry?
Well, it's really interesting, Adam, because with roughly 75 laps to go, everybody can make it on fuel, so lay that aside. But when I look at our top 3 drivers, Brandon Jones, Ryan Preece, John Hunter Nemechek, they actually have 1 to 2 sets of tires. You've got Cole Custer that he only has a set of rights. Tyler Reddick only has a set of rights. Justin Allgaier only has a set of left. Elliott Sadler, by my calculations, has no tires laying in his pits that he's not used. So I think we've got drivers that would be fine if we get a caution. We've got some drivers that would hate to see a caution.
Maybe it's good if you don't have tires, because if the caution comes out, everyone else pits, and you just gain track position, right? I mean, is that a little bit of the name of the game? It's worked out for Brandon Jones here.
It's worked out for a few. Now, he doesn't have that many laps on his tires. I think
That's
he's
true.
got 10 laps or so more than Ryan Preece. But we thought Ryan Preece was the fastest car out there by a long shot. And here you see, you know, as he is catching him, but it's taken him a long time to catch him and working through lap traffic and all. Brandon Jones is doing a very good job leading a lot of laps today.
Career high, 44 laps out front. That's great for him.
Yeah, and he was so strong in Texas, winning a stage down there. We've seen a lot of progression for this young man this year, but I'm telling you, over the last 10 laps, number 18, he's a coming.
And this is where Brandon, you know, maybe doesn't have as much experience as when you're running for the lead. You're trying to work through lap traffic, and you got pressure behind you. You know, when you're going for your first win like that, you know, it definitely has a different level of pressure that's added to you.
What's Team 19 saying, Regan?
Well, just to clear up the 19 car, they actually have 2 sets of tires still sitting in the pits, so their strategy has left them in a pretty good position tire-wise, as well as Justin Allgaier, who has 1 full set of stickers left. They did not use those rights that we thought maybe they used earlier in the race. Jamie?
And Regan, I just want to update the one of Elliott Sadler. It was interesting. He's been involved in a couple issues today, and about lap 100, right after he had pitted, he avoided contact with another car, and he flat spotted those tires. So his crew chief went to NASCAR and asked if they could replace that set of tires since it only had 1 lap on them. NASCAR looked at it, they deemed it okay, they gave him an extra set of sticker tires, and that's what's laying in the pit box.
That's big for them. You look at Sadler, 7th right now, top 10 every race so far in 2018. That's why he came in leading the championship. And you know who's got speed? Number 7, Justin Allgaier, up to 4th right now.
This has been a fun charge watching Allgaier, Adam, because what he does when he catches another car, he's comfortable with running up the track. He goes high, but his fastest laps are turned right around the bottom. This guy's going to be interesting to watch. That time by, he ran a 16.22. That's 0.3 faster than our leader. That 7 car, banged up as it is the fastest guy in town right now.
Well, he's not worried about scratching it, that's for sure. And you know what? I mean, he's probably one of the best drivers out here at on this racetrack as far as Bristol. He understands what he has to do to make his car go fast, especially on the long run. And he's being patient. And he's reeling these guys in. He just passed Daniel Hemrick a few laps ago, who led a bunch of laps today.
Joe Gibbs Racing, 11 wins at Bristol, most all time. They're running 1-2 today, but yet to get to victory lane in 2018. We'll see if they can close the deal.
The most athletic and charismatic superstars in WWE compete in live mixed tag team action.
Typically a complex process here, but of course, Fowler making it look easy. Great stance, confident. Here we go. He's got the details and he's making the approach. Yes! He's approved in 8 minutes. Well played, Ricky.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Roundup for Lawns has arrived to put unwelcome lawn weeds to rest. So draw the line. Roundup for Lawns is formulated to kill lawn weeds to the root without harming a single blade of grass. Roundup, trusted for over 40 years.
Alexa, order super glue.
Here's what I found.
Mom, have you seen my space spider?
No.
Alexa, start Sarah's dance routine.
Okay.
Hold up. We got a laggy video call here. You need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Trade ya. Okay, people, that's a reset. Let's take it back from soprano.
Get up to 50% off our best phones because unlimited is only as good as the network it's on.
NASCAR Race Up.
Fun,
Fast, fresh, and always entertaining.
it's gonna be a good one.
NASCAR Race Up, weeknight, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Whiplash, Cowherd.
Now get out there and grab yourselves a trophy.
.55 laps to go for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Bristol. Then it's a baseball double dip. Jose Altuve and the defending champion Astros get the Rangers. Then it's 7. Royals getting Mike Trout and the Angels. It's all on FS1 following NASCAR, and you can stream it at Fox Sports Go. Brandon Jones still out front, but his lead under a quarter of a second. Ryan Preece, his teammate, is second. Nemechek only a second behind, and Justin Allgaier has speed as we get close to 50 laps remaining. This is going to be some fun.
Oh, it's just tightening up, Adam. The second pack here, Nemechek and Allgaier, they're coming. Look, they can see the leaders now. And when you can see a guy at Bristol, Joey, it just seems to motivate you a little bit more.
And they got clean racetrack right now, so now's a good time for Preece to try to make this move and try to clear before he gets back to traffic and might have to follow him through it again. And right now you see, you know, Justin Allgaier may be the fastest car on the racetrack, and they're all catching up to each other, and I think it's going to be right at the right time when all this turns into a really good race. So it'd be interesting to see how much longer Preece is patient here. I know it's his teammate there, so he has to be somewhat patient, but they're catching him from behind.
The other part of that is, though, he's leading in the dash for cash, so you don't want to rough things up too much and lose the 100 grand and the race and throw it all out the window.
And how does Preece balance all that? And how hard do I race my teammate? I wonder if he's been taught any of those lessons while over there at JGR, because there's company coming.
I was going to say, he might not have to worry about managing the lead. It may be concern from the 42 of Nemechek and the 7 of Allgaier.
What a great match this has been today. So much good racing all the way around this track. We've seen it all today. Bumping and banging, too wide, running high, running low. This is great.
And look, here goes Justin Allgaier moving up the racetrack. You see him there in 3 and 4 behind John Hunter Nemechek, trying to find somewhere to build a run to make this pass. And as it starts to clean up, that'll work more and more. It just depends on how much time he's got left. You see he lost some in that corner in turn 2.
And Joey, as a driver, would you, if you were Allgaier, or say you were Preece running in second position, would you start moving around with your lane just to see if there's anything there?
Well, he's got nothing to lose, right? You look at it, he's 1.4 seconds behind the leader. The next car back is almost 6 seconds behind the leader. Why not? What do you have to lose? It's harder to do that when there's someone pressuring you and you don't want to lose another spot. But Justin's a smart driver. He's going to start trying to find some things and trying to get away to pass the 42 and make a really good race out of this thing.
Nemechek and Jones up there looking for their first career victory. How about the list of drivers that picked up win number 1 here at Bristol? Allgaier is there, did it in 2010. Martin Truex Jr., Jeff Fuller, Bobby Labonte, Rick Wilson, and Fox's own Phil Parsons won the first ever Xfinity race here in 1982.
How about that stat?
That's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah. Took him a while to figure this out, but he's got it now.
And this has got to be just breathing all kinds of confidence into Brandon Jones.
And he's just got to, not make a mistake right now. Ryan Preece is doing a good job just keeping enough pressure on him, probably getting him to look up in the mirror every now and again and seeing that, you know, red and white car behind you, knowing that if I make one mistake trying to pass a lap car, he's going to be there and he's going to pounce.
And these lap cars could get more and more difficult to pass. That was Ryan Truex they drove around. Truex is running in the 13th position, so as they ease up toward guys running in the top 10, there might be more of a fight put up by the guys they're trying to lap, and that could have an effect on who wins this race.
And reminding everyone of the Dash for Cash. Christopher Bell eligible, wrecked out, he is done. Priest leads in that category right now is second. Hemrick next in line in sixth, and Cole Custer back there in the 8th position. 40 laps to go.
You think we can run this thing all the way down to the checker without another crash, as many as we've had early? Look at this run
watch
here.
This move here. He's going to try to cross under him, go 3 wide.
Allgaier for third inside of Nemechek.
Wow. Nemechek closed the door.
That's a great move by Justin Allgaier right there. Got the run, saw the lap car, got the run by moving up the corner and then coming back down, going 3 wide and forcing the 42 off of the Bristol bite and being able to round that corner and get ahead of him.
And that's what I've seen out of that 7 car of Allgaier. He's been more versatile. He can move around, it seems like, a little bit more than the rest of the competition. If he gets to the back bumper of Priest, it'll be interesting to see if he can work that magic again.
I said Allgaier got his first career win here in 2010. You know who he was driving for?
Roger Penske.
He was.
Yes, he was. I had to think about that for a second.
One of those 480 victories. Who knew you and he had something in common?
There we go. Who'd have known?
You know, Jones has stretched it out a little bit here.
Well, last time by Adam, by about a 1/10 of a second, he was faster than Priest, but again, Justin Allgaier was the fastest car on the track, and you can see that deficit is down to just car lengths for him.
And all it's going to take is one car to check him up a little bit. And there's a lot of them in front of him, and he's going to have to pass between now and the end of the race.
How much is this racetrack for you, Joey, a rhythm racetrack? Whereas if you do get held up by a lap car, does it take you a couple laps to get it going again?
I think you almost got to look at it as not a rhythm type of racetrack, because you got to be able to be versatile, like you talked about Justin Allgaier. You got to be able to move up the racetrack, pass cars. You got to be able to find something different to be able to pass cars. And if you get too much into your rhythm and you do the same thing over and over again, you're never going to be able to get by anyone.
And Chastain going to race him hard here because the last car on the lead lap. So this could open the door for Priest to get back up there. Jones underneath and going to drive by. Right now, he looks like a veteran out front, Regan.
Well, part of him looking like that veteran is his spotter on the roof. Chris Osborne has been coaching him up this entire run at him and telling him exactly what he needed to do, whether it was saving his tires, passing guys at the right times. Let's not forget, Chris Osborne spots for Daniel Suarez, but also helped lead Daniel Suarez to an Xfinity championship. He has experience leading young drivers that need to learn as they go.
I thought Suarez was going to get his first career win here in 2015. Didn't work out. He finished second to Joey, who led all 300 laps. You weren't playing nice on that Saturday.
I was there for one reason.
Just got a report issue for John Hunter Nemechek. Tire down for the 42. He will make a pit stop. 30 laps to go.
They all look up.
He was running inside the top 5, Jamie, and now he's on pit road.
What a battle back for the 42 to be in the top 5 after the issues he's had today. Damage on the front end, got into a couple different cars throughout the race. Now he just said that he had a tire going down, wasn't sure what side, so you see him putting 4 fresh ones on the 42.
That will take him out of contention with 28 laps to go, and the advantage now for Brandon Jones over a second.
Well, how much you think, and Joey, I'll ask you, this is Ryan Priest just pacing himself. He wants to win the race, obviously, but he also knows there's a big reward if he can just finish in the second position with winning the Dash for Cash. And he also knows there could be a late restart. Could he be saving something?
I don't think you're saving anything with 27 laps to go. I think you're going as hard as you can. I think he has been for a while and might be paying the penalty for it. You know, that 100 grand is really nice. Don't get me wrong, but you want that trophy. If you're a race car driver, you want to win the race. Second stings. Second just always hurts the most. 100 grand makes it a little better. But
this is Bristol.
What it's all about.
I'm not just winning a race, but doing it here. This is one box every driver wants to check, and now down to 25 laps remaining, and Brandon Jones does not want to see this.
This is a scrum, Adam. These guys are running 2 and 3 different grooves. sliding up the hill, getting really, really close to running into one another. And you're right. Look how loose Gilder is down on the bottom.
And they realize the leader is about a half a straightaway behind them right now. So they're trying to push as hard as they can.
Custer.
You see Custer into the wall.
He jumps the cushion, gets up too high into the tire marbles, and there's our leader.
He goes a lap down. Jones drives by him. Custer was 10th. So now only 9 cars remain on the lead lap. No caution here. Custer has gathered it in. 23, going to be 22 laps remaining for Brandon Jones this time. We've got like 5.5, 6 minutes remaining in this race if we stay green. If you look at it that way, you feel like it's about over, but it's going to be the longest 5-6 minutes of Brandon Jones's life.
Yes, and they are, you know, he's turned up the wick here lately. He's laying down some lap times.
He can't hold his breath that long, can he? Because that's what he wants to try to do. This is very tense for that young man, knowing how many cautions we've had, all the cars that are still running on the racetrack.
Tyler Reddick doing some positive things late, working to the outside of Daniel Hemrick.
Got to give it up for Reddick. He spun out twice yesterday and didn't wreck his car. The team went to work. Dave Ellens did a nice job on adjusting it, getting it better throughout the day, and now he finds himself racing up inside the top 5.
And Tyler Reddick always does a good job of figuring out how to finish the race, and that's something that great drivers they know how to do. They can go through so much stuff, but they know how to finish the race. And now you see the leader catching a big wad of cars that are all on the tail end of the lead lap. How hard are they going to race him to stay on that lead lap? That's
got by Cindric easily.
And what about these tires? We've talked about how much they're wearing on the left side. I see a lot of guys slipping and sliding like their tires are going low.
Just like that one.
Shane Lee into the wall. Will it bring out the caution? Yes, it will. 11th one of the day.
Keep going. They'll fix it. Try to
Man, I just saw guys really starting to
keep running.
Really starting to slip and slide, and that indicated maybe a lot of tire wear. Let's see if that was the case here for Lee.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, it may have been that left front tire. I think it looks a little low there. You know, there's been a lot of left side wear, you know, and they're still running the bottom. They're still running on that Bristol bite. And, man, that was the longest green flag run. That was 90 laps of green flag. You know, that's what just eventually blew out.
Now what do you do?
That's what I was going to say. Larry, I mean, we're going to pit here or stay out? Only 7 cars on the lead lap.
Well, I think that's part of the key, Adam. Only 7 drivers on the lead lap, and we have over 100 laps to go. And I've been watching the lap times. They actually have really started to fall off. I mean, we may see some roll the dice, but I don't see how you do anything. But you have to come to pit road and get 4 tires.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, but there's only 15 laps to go. There's going to be, you know, 10 laps, you know, a little bit more than 10 laps to go by the time we go back green.
They were slipping and sliding, Joey. I think you have to come get 4 tires.
I think you got to come and do 4 tires, but what if you're one of the last cars on the lead lap? Maybe, and you got nothing to lose, and maybe you're not someone racing for points. Maybe you know, you never know. That I've seen a lot of crashes today. And you never know, you might have something that comes down to just survival, and if you put yourself in that track position, you might luck out.
We got to pit. I got to have tires. I'm nervous. I saw one blow out. I see guys slipping and sliding. I want 4.
Free pass goes to Austin Cindric. So when we return to the green flag, that would put 8 cars on the lead lap, and that's if no one takes the wave around, which is certainly a possibility here if all these leaders come down pit road. And Brandon Jones makes the left-hand turn, and it looks like he's bringing everybody with him, Regan.
Yeah, I believe the whole field's going to come here, Adam. Brandon Jones leading this race, doing a very nice job up front. He's got very good drive up off with his race car right now. A little bit too loose in. The 7 car of Justin Allgaier, as he hits his pit stall, they're going to give him 4 tires. He wore out the right front because he was a little bit too tight, but he does not want them to free up that car any more than what they have already. Jamie Little.
And Elliott Sadler makes his way around in the 1 car. He has that extra set of sticker tires, the fresh ones that they turned in. He'll pull it in. The car has been decent. Some of the drivers, though, saying the car's gotten loose. Some saying it hasn't done anything for them. The 9 of Tyler Reddick, he has fought his way back, done a great job. They had a jack brake earlier just in the middle of the pit stop. They overcame that, found himself now in the top 5. The 18 of Ryan Preece saying the car is just pushing the nose. That's been his biggest issue, getting a little too loose as well, going for his 2nd career victory today.
One thought I had here, Jamie, make sure You don't speed on pit road. They come off. Brandon Jones wins the battle, took 2 tires. Priest and Allgaier get 4. The same for Sadler and Reddick. A big restart when we return to Bristol, Tennessee.
I just got a tip that'll crack this case wide open.
Did McGruffy Wuffy get a tippy whippy?
Who's a good boy? Is him a good boy?
As long as people talk baby talk to dogs, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Almost there.
She's coming. My video call's lagging. Mom.
Hold up. We got a laggy video call here. You need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Here, trade you. Okay, people, that's a reset.
You want us to surprise her again?
Yeah, but like in a fun way, like this.
Oh, my favorite friends are here. There's Tony and Diane.
Like something like that.
Get up to 50% off our best phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the Google Pixel 2, because unlimited is only as good as the network it's on.
Think about it. There must be a higher love down in the heart, hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart, look inside.
Thanks, babe.
Introducing the first ever Hyundai Kona with Blue Link.
Very funny.
Life on Earth just got a little more intelligent.
The Andersons can finally stop knocking on disappointment's door because I've assembled the most family-friendly home rentals at apartments.com. It's me. Come on, here we go. Change your apartment, change the world.
Today, it's the dawn of a new lawn. That's because Roundup for Lawns has arrived. Finally, there's a Roundup made just for your lawn, so you can put unwelcome lawn weeds to rest. Draw the line. With Roundup for Lawns, there's no better way to kill lawn weeds to the root without harming a single
Series at Bristol. They happen early and often. Some scary moments, some drivers getting hurt feelings, and many able to rally back from adverse times. And if you win today, you take that checkered flag home from this race, you will have flat out earned your money.
This place is tough.
Well, this is going to get pretty exciting. You're going to have, what, 10 to go or so, 9 to go, something like that. And
I'll just tell you, Brandon Jones is in trouble.
They put 2 tires on, man. I don't know about that move. If you're, he had a good size lead, and he, I don't know.
He's starting on the outside lane. Priest will let him in here, right?
Well, I don't see that happening. But
I don't
in
either.
all honesty, Priest has been struggling on these restarts on the bottom. So if he can get a good launch, at least set him up to maybe not lose as many spots. Maybe he's able to hold him off, but I just don't see it happening.
Priest is going to drive around the bottom and be gone, I'm afraid. But remember, right behind.
Here we go.
10 to go. Time for a shootout at Bristol. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, he's going to get him here, I think.
Priest to the lead on those 4 tires. Allgaier coming with him.
What a run off turn 2 by Brandon Jones.
Brandon Jones hanging tough. The kid out of Atlanta, Georgia, not giving up on those 2 tires, but Priest able to get by. There'll be 8 laps to go when they make it around here. Jones goes wide. Here comes Allgaier. Can the 7 get there?
And now it's all about those adjustments they just made on that pit stop. What are they able to do to make their cars launch for 10 laps as fast as they possibly can? They don't have to go very long.
This is breathtaking for me. I know how bad Justin Allgaier wants to go up there and take this victory away from Ryan Priest. Priest has to drive the perfect 7 laps of his life.
And he's not driving away from him right now, I tell you that much. Justin's doing a good job keeping very close, keeping those left sides on the bottom, staying disciplined to that bite on the bottom there. So we'll see what happens.
And right behind him, there's Daniel Hemrick. He's into 3rd, Adam. Any contact, any slight shove from Allgaier to our leader, Priest, guess who's going to benefit from that?
Hemrick wants that $100,000, and keep in mind the top 4 will advance and be eligible next weekend at Richmond, minus Priest, who is not entered for the event Friday night up in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Ryan Reed off the pace. We're going to have 4 laps to go, and Priest is hanging tough.
4 to go. 5 back. Yep. up and 10 behind him.
This Priest kid's a superstar if he can pull this off. I mean, he has answered every call. Every time they put him in that car, he's been right there.
Something about maybe the state of Connecticut.
No, you Connecticut racers, hard-nosed, modified driver.
That's it.
What's in the water up there? I used to think Kentucky was special.
Thought Tyler Reddick go wide. What's Allgaier saying?
Way too tight, man. I'm sorry. Stay with it. One slip up right there.
You got to coach him up.
Yeah, so frustrating when you could just taste that victory.
You can see it.
Priest starting to pull away. He's going to come around and see the white flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
8 back.
Priest may be looking to make a deposit, huh?
A big one right now. Trophies in, money.
Still 10 back, 7.
How about a win and $100,000? Ryan Priest delivers at Bristol.
When you see the 22 car of Austin Cindric, looks like he's got a lot of damage. He's trying to limp it across the line here. I think he's going to make it.
Back home for 8th. Look at that.
Having the patience
and he made it.
Weekend to have what you got. Nice job. Just take care of that motor there.
He said, I'm burning it down.